I do not support Evan Johnson in any way, shape, or form. Let me make that fucking clear. I don't support him, I don't support violence against women, and I sure as hell do not support the disgusting, deplorable, violent, heinous acts that he committed against Kayla Malik behind closed doors.
Justice was served. Kayla Malik just won her DV case against ex-boyfriend Evan Johnson.
I won. Fucker's in jail right now. Fucker got arrested.
I really fucking hope and pray that when this goes to court this week, Kayla gets justice for what that man put her through. At the same time, the videos that I'm currently seeing all over my For You page are disturbing to me.
And James Charles has finally responded. This interview put James under a lot of backlash, where he was accused by Zach Sellers of sleeping with Evan Johnson despite knowing he's an abuser. And the downfall of James has been insane. In the past week, he's lost about 1 million followers on TikTok. People have been waiting for James to respond to the situation, and after Kayla revealed that she had won the case, he made a 10-minute response video which has now been deleted.
Evan Johnson and I did not in any way, shape, or form have a physically sexual relationship.
James states that he does not support Evan Johnson and dropped a few receipts. He shared this conversation he had with Kayla back in January, where she said that Evan is crazy, and Kayla expressed her frustration that she gave Evan a platform despite his lies and abuse.
This is not TikTok tea and drama for everyone else's entertainment. This is real people dealing with some really serious shit. The conversation has completely shifted focus away from Kayla Malik and how she was brave enough to speak out about what she went through to how James Charles involved. The downfall, Bye Sister 2.0, where's the apology video? It's distracting.
Abuse. And despite that, he asked Kayla if he can have Evan for himself. Now, James claims that he had a friendship with Evan long before he knew about any of the horrific allegations. It seems like James was thinking with the wrong head. Now, in this interview, Zach claimed that James slept with Evan and has the evidence to back it up. James strongly denies these allegations and told Zach that if he really does have the S-tape, then to drop it.
The actual issue at hand, which is domestic violence. I have not spoken out about this for a couple of different reasons. The main one being, this is going to court this week. Anything I or anybody else says online can and probably will be used by either Evan's defense attorney or the judge to affect the outcome of its ruling.
James Charles is being outed for allegedly having a relationship with Kayla Malik's ex, Evan Johnston. Now, Evan Johnston is going to court with Kayla in just 1 week because of domestic abuse charges that she has filed.
Post it. If you have the receipt, if you have the video evidence, you can upload it. You have my full consent and permission. I've had far worse posted to me online that I didn't consent to. Go right ahead. But you can't because there is no video of something that did not happen.
You guys, we have to talk about James Charles because his latest $100,000 promo video just dropped, and let's just say the internet has thoughts. Like, it was supposed to be his big comeback moment, the I'm reclaiming my legacy type of thing. But what happened instead? Deleted TikToks, bot accusations, backlash, and people straight up saying he thinks we're dumb. And honestly, the more you dig into it, the messier it gets. So here's what went down. James just launched his new rainbow palette under Painted, his brand that's basically a rebrand of his old Morphe collab. But the way he did it, a whole cinematic heist concept where he breaks into a museum and takes back what's his.
So this is Evan and Kayla. Kayla has 15 million followers on TikTok, and she recently came out exposing everything that she dealt with while dating Evan.
Yeah, very dramatic. Very James. He hyped it up as the most expensive promo he's ever done. Over $100,000 spent on a 90-second video, complete with lasers and a full film crew. And at first, people were kinda eating it up. He teased it on Instagram, he went live, he was nervous, emotional, thanking fans. It felt like he was about to drop a Grammy-winning short film, not a palette ad. But here's the twist. Just minutes after the promo went live on TikTok, it got taken down, apparently because of a copyright rule about using music that isn't in TikTok's own library. And this is where James lost it. He posted back-to-back videos ranting about how he owned the license, how TikTok's new rule is crazy, and how his $100,000 investment just vanished in seconds. Like, he really was crashing out, calling the app unfair, broken, and even suggesting it should be banned. Now that alone would have been chaotic enough, but we're just getting started. Because not only was the video gone, but people started noticing something weird in the comments on all of James's posts.
Kayla's been posting update videos to let everyone know how she's doing. She's going to court with Evan in just 1 week, and she's recently posted that a good friend of hers actually leaked her new address to her ex, Evan.
And what they found has people wondering if James is low-key trying to manipulate his way out of cancellation again. Okay, so let's break down what this $100,000 promo actually was, because James did not hold back. The whole concept was him walking through this dramatic museum setup, gloved hands, slow motion shots, security lasers and all, and replacing a Morphe palette with his new painted artistry canvas palette. And if that sounds familiar, it's because that palette is literally just a revamped version of the original James Charles X Morphe Rainbow palette that blew up back in 2018. Except now, it's under his own brand. The whole vibe was like, I'm taking back what's mine. And James even said this launch was 2 years in the making. And let's be real, this isn't just about makeup. This was James trying to reclaim his reputation, his power, his place in the beauty space after years of scandals, cancellations, and being dragged by the internet. And he made sure you knew it was expensive. He kept repeating it in every story, every post. I spent over $100,000 on this video.
Now, because she's going to court, obviously she can't talk about everything right now, but she has been sharing quite a bit, and she says she's going to be sharing everything as soon as court is over. Now, this, of course, is James Charles, 41 million followers on his TikTok account.
Almost like he wanted the number to validate the whole comeback attempt. But what caught people off guard was how fast the promo got pulled down. On TikTok, the video racked up nearly 250,000 views in just under 30 minutes, with tens of thousands of likes pouring in. And then boom, gone, muted, removed. TikTok apparently has this policy now where even if you've paid to license a song, if it's not from their internal music library and the video is over 1 minute long, it gets flagged or taken down. James said he was blindsided by this and had to scramble to upload a new version of the promo with royalty-free background music. But here's where things start to feel off. Because right after the video went live, there was this sudden wave of super positive comments, like, comments explode with bot-like energy.
James Charles needs to be canceled. This man already has so many allegations and has now been exposed for sleeping with Evan Johnson, aka the guy who broke Kayla's jaw.
Yeah, people are gonna start connecting the dots. So just when people were already questioning whether James was trying to manipulate his image, the internet did what it always does. It brought the receipt.
The worst part is James Charles went behind his friend Kayla's back to house her prisoner boyfriend before his trial, which is crazy. The fact that the internet still allows James to have a brand just because is crazy, because why are you guys collectively choosing who to cancel?
All from suspicious-looking accounts with no profile pictures. And yet, James' posts were getting glowing support.
James's video did sound very convincing. He did not stutter and sounded very passionate about his truth. And before his response was deleted, the comments did seem to agree, not knowing what to believe anymore.
Especially when his reputation has been on the ropes for years. But here's the question everyone's asking now. If your fans are really on your side, why do you need bots to prove it? So here's the part that really confused fans. James kept pushing the idea that this $100,000 video was this huge risk. Like every 5 seconds, he's reminding us, I spent $100,000 on this. I worked 2 years on it. Please watch it. Please share it. And at first, people were like, okay, maybe this is personal for him. Maybe he's really trying to make a statement. But then, cut to the video right before this promo. It's literally James flexing a brand new luxury car. Not just any car, a 2024 Mercedes Maybach GLS 600. This thing is fully loaded, tricked out with upgrades, and James casually mentions that he spent around $160,000 on it, just days before telling fans that his $100,000 pellet video.
After James posted that video, Zach made a response doubling down on everything he's accused James of, and says that he's looking forward to going to court against James Charles. Right before James dropped his response, Be Better made this video correctly predicting what James Charles was gonna say.
Was a massive investment, and that he needs their support. Like, make it make sense. On one hand, he's presenting himself as this underdog trying to reclaim his place in the industry after being wronged. But on the other hand, he's literally flexing luxury vehicles, home upgrades, designer clothes, like money's just a game. And fans noticed. The comments quickly turned into, wait, didn't you just drop $160,000 on a car? And if you can afford all this, why are you begging for views? And look, no one's saying James can't spend his money how he wants. But when you're trying to frame your new launch as this emotional, hard-fought comeback, talking about how scared you are to post it, and then the next second you're wrapping a luxury car and filming inside a mansion, it starts to feel less like vulnerability and more like a marketing play. And here's the bigger issue. James wants the audience to rally behind him, to forget the scandals, to support his new launch, but it's hard to root for someone who acts like they're struggling and untouchable at the same time, especially when the same fans he's asking for sympathy are the ones he seems to be flexing on. And that disconnect is making people wonder, does James actually want redemption or just more attention? So at this point, with the scandals, the shady DMs, the bot rumors, the flexing, the tone-deaf launches, you'd think James Charles would be done, right? Like fully canceled, YouTube career over, subscribers gone. But somehow, he's not. He's still pulling millions of views, his painted brand is trending, and his name keeps popping up on TikTok's FYP.
Earlier this month, this account, which is run by Zach, a friend of Evan's, was dropping receipts as to what Evan had been saying about Kayla. Zach posted a ton of videos with Evan downplaying everything and saying that Kayla was basically exaggerating.
And the wild part is, this isn't even a comeback. It's like he never actually left. And that's what's bothering a lot of people online, because when it comes to internet accountability, the rules just don't seem to apply to James. Creators like Kyla Malik have said it directly. Women get canceled for way less. A bad take, a shady tweet, even just an unpopular opinion, and suddenly they're getting dragged, losing sponsors, dealing with death threats. Meanwhile, James Charles has had multiple controversies involving seriously messed up behavior, and yet somehow the internet just keeps giving him another chance? And let's not forget, he's not the only one. Cody Ko, Jeffree Star, and other male creators with massive followings have all faced allegations or problematic pasts, and they still have fan bases that ride for them. And if you look closely, one pattern stands out. Most of them have female-dominated audiences. Audiences that, for whatever reason, don't hold male influencers to the same standard. That double standard is real, and it's frustrating. Women creators are expected to be perfect. One misstep, and they're done. But men, as long as they're charming, attractive, or funny, they get labeled as unbothered kings and get handed second, third, fourth chances. Kyla called it out herself in a recent podcast, saying that if she had done even 10% of what James had done, she'd be completely blacklisted by now. And honestly,
he said that James is going to strategically share screenshots of text messages to paint a timeline for you. A timeline that's going to psychologically manipulate everyone and have people in a state of doubt.
Honestly, it's starting to feel like he's not just trying to win people back. He's playing the system to make it seem like he never lost them in the first. Hit a like and subscribe for more deep dives just like this.